fam, welcome to my kitchen once again. Today I have something special for you guys. Okay, this recipe, in the olden days before chocolate and candy came, this was what our ancestors or our grandparents were eating. Okay, so yeah, it is very simple. It is a type of candy that we have in Ghana. So yeah, as we move on, you get to know what exactly I'm going to do today. Yeah, so stay tuned, let's get started. Okay, so guys, for this recipe, some people call it coconut cake, others call it coconut brittle. Okay, some people also call it coconut nest because of the way it's molded. Yeah, you can choose to call it any name you want to call it. For this recipe, you just need two simple ingredients. They are the main ingredients. Okay, that's the coconut and then sugar. Definitely we will need a pinch of salt because you have to cook with a pinch of salt, but I am going to add lemon juice, just a little bit. Okay, it's not plenty, and then a bit of ginger because I want some heat. Okay, so yeah, authentically you just need the coconut and the sugar. So yeah, that's it. So I'm going to grate my coconut now before we start. Guys, some people grate the coconut and dry it, but then for me, I'm not going to dry it. Okay, I'm going to use it straight away, but you can choose to dry it if you want. And then you have to use mature coconuts. Yeah, so let's grate it. Also, some people grate it without the back. Okay, so if you don't want the back, maybe you can scrape it off with this side of your grater, but then it doesn't matter. So me, I want the back. Guys, so whenever you're grating, you have to be careful, okay, so you don't grate your hands. Yeah, so you don't hurt yourself. Okay, yeah, there are so many things you can use coconut for. We all know the benefits of coconut, right? But then when it comes to snacks, you can use coconut for biscuits, you can use it for candies and all that. This is just a type of candy that you can use coconut for. There's another way of making candy out of coconut. Okay, yeah, in my next video I'm going to show you guys. Okay, so that one, instead of shredding it like the way I'm doing this one, that one I need just the fatty parts. Yeah, so you don't worry, I'll bring it to my next video. Okay. So basically, this is how my coconut looks like after grating it. You can choose to dry it or use it immediately. Okay, yeah, I'm going to use my immediately. So now it's time to melt our sugar. Okay, so guys, with the sugar, as it begins to melt, you have to keep it on a low heat. Okay, because as sugar starts to melt, it begins to burn quickly. Yeah, and also you have to keep stirring it. Okay, yeah, you just have to keep an eye on it, don't move an inch. Okay, so now I'm going to season with some salt. Guys, you realize I didn't mix the salt with the sugar before melting the sugar. I remember I once tried it and the salt wasn't evenly distributed. Okay, so first of all, you have to make sure that you melt your sugar before you put your salt in so that it can dissolve well. Yeah, so that's a tip. Here I'm adding a bit of lemon. It's very optional, like I said at the beginning, and also some ginger. Okay, authentically, you're not supposed to add ginger, but some people do. The ginger takes it to another level. Try it and thank me later. Okay, so guys, it's time to add my shredded coconut to my caramel mixture. I know I didn't tell you guys the measurements of my ingredients, okay, but then don't worry. With this snack, the more the sugar, the harder, and the more the coconut, the softer. Yeah, so if you want it hard, you use more sugar than the coconut. If you want it softer, more coconut than the sugar. But if you want it in between, then I think the same measurement. So as a beginner, you need a bowl of cold water beside you. Okay, so you scoop some of the mixture into it. And the purpose of this cold water is to help you know the consistency you are at the moment. Okay, whether it is soft or hard. You will only know this if your candy cools down. So the cold water helps to speed up the cooling process. But for me, I don't need cold water, okay? I can tell with my eyes because I've been doing this since the 80s, so guys. Yes, I don't need any cold water. So this is just me greasing my chopping board. Okay, so I'm going to pour my candy on here. I did this before cooking the candy. Okay, yeah, so you have to do it before in order to prevent your candy from hardening before pouring it onto the board. Yeah. It's time to mold our candy. It's cooled a bit. So yeah, we're gonna mold it. You don't have to leave it to cool. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just a little bit, because if it cools down for a very long time, it will harden and you'll not be able to mold it into the shape you want. So yeah, this is how it is molded in Ghana. People call this na coconut nest because of the way it's molded. As you can see, I'm molding it like a nest. Okay, you see the hole inside and all that. Yeah, it has lots of names. Okay, so yeah, feel free to call it the name you want to call it. So basically, that is it. It is very simple to do, right? So yeah guys, as you can see, this recipe is very simple. Okay, I hope you give it a try and let me know the outcome. Like I always say at the end of my video, thank you so much for sticking with me till this time. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do well to subscribe to my channel because you're going to learn a lot from my channel. Okay, and also like this video if you enjoyed it. It also helps me to know the kind of videos you guys want me to film. Okay, so you have to like this video if you really enjoyed it, and share this video to others so they can also watch my amazing recipes. Thank you so much guys. Have a lovely week. Okay, so guys, this is how the inside looks like. It is very chewy. Yes, I hope you will give it a try. Like that one is very necessary for me. Please give it a try, okay, and thank me later. So one thing you have to know is that if you are not eating it immediately, you have to wrap it in a foil or any plastic, like any rubber, yeah, or something, so that like when you store it in a container, they do not stick together. Yeah, so you have to do it that way.